Gemini, thank you for tuning in to Perfectly Imperfect Tarot. There's a green eyes. There's a green eyes. Lord have mercy. Gemini, this is green eyes. Hello. Here with your reading. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Martians, astronauts, pick a node. It does not matter to me. I love you all. Cross watchers, I am a snitch. I'm telling you now. Please don't curse me in the comments. Love you too. Gemini, this is a judgment-free zone, but you will hear the truth. No gender or age, only energy. You're going to hear me use terms he, she, her, him, they, them, it, heifer, pay it no mind. Feel the energy. Remember, roles can always be reversed. Gemini, I thank you. Like, share, subscribes, emails, comments, love tokens, donations. Thank you. Thank you, and I thank you again. All right, let's talk about your energy. Actually, what just happened to me is actually what's happening in your energy. A little too far ahead, you know? The beauty of Gemini, I think, one of your greatest characteristics is your logicalness. Excuse me. It's your ability to kind of calculate, you know, so that you stay 10 steps ahead. You know, you think forward. Unfortunately, though, sometimes that gets you in a pickle, and you're a little too far ahead. I think in this energy, there's a mixture. I feel a little too far ahead, and I would say a bit disconnected. I'll say it like that, you know. Sometimes when we get so far ahead, we forget that other people may be struggling. It's like we would say, people who are very fortunate don't even realize what it's like to live a normal life. You know, they have no concept, no idea, no comparison, no understanding. And Gemini, your thought process, I think, works like that sometimes. Sometimes you're so far ahead or so high in your learning that you completely disconnect from, I guess, what we would call normalcy, a normal thought process or experience, okay? Now, where this works against you is that you live here. Sorry. Yeah, you live here, okay? We are all here having an earthly experience in this beautiful body. So this human body. So, you know, sometimes it does get you a little in trouble because you're go and ready, and you're at the destination and you're looking around like, where is everybody? You know? So let's see what's going on. We're going to pull from the Dreams of Gaia. I think it's an air thing right now. Aquarius had the same kind of energy, a little different. So did Libra. So maybe it's an air thing. Maybe air signs or people that are drawn from air energy are just extremely forward thinking to a point that it's almost disconnecting you from where you are. Forward thinking is great, but you got to come back. Dreaming is great, but you got to come back. You know, goals are great, but then you got to come back to your start line so you can get to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think air signs are kind of struggling with, that getting back to where they actually are so that they can get alignment with the actual goal that they see themselves in. Can I have Gemini, please? All right, we have the Nine of Water and the Page. Yeah. the thing about Nine of Cups is it's independent, it's lovely, it's so personal. It's like, man, I am just so good on my own. I get me, I feel me, I love me, I understand me, I'm comforting me. I'm at a place where I am almost at bliss and happiness and fulfillment. It's like outside of that, I'm good. Or if I, just because I don't have that, I'm still good. It's like one away from the win, you know? So it's a very independent energy. But I think that it's affecting movement, the little moves, the little things that are important, you know, the steps that you take. And what's coming in is the child to kind of bring you back to innocence, purity, ignorance, the bliss, you know, the whimsical, the fun, the time when you knew, when you can know what, when you can relate. How can I say that? Yeah, when you can relate. You know, that's what's coming in this energy to help you relate to the rest of the world that is not all bad, simply maybe ignorant, simply maybe not on your level, simply might not be just aligned with you, you know? But the child reminds us of that pureness, of that innocence. Remember, even the words teaches us that, you know, the frequency of babes and fools are the same, you know? They're the same. We might look at a grown person and say, you're grown, you know better. But they don't. That upbringing, that culture or religion or geographic location, you know, really kind of supports that they're doing what they're doing with all of their heart, and that's what they know. Just like a child. You know, just like a child. Okay? So this is coming in, I think, to help you maybe see humanity as ignorant as opposed to being angry with humanity for being stupid. And that's a pickle for you. You know, I love you, Gemini, but y'all don't like unintelligence or, yeah, I want to say it like that. You know, people that are just voluntarily, that you feel like are voluntarily ignorant, you know, that they choose it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to add in the dynamic of culture or upbringing, you know, influence, you know, even as a parent, you know, you as a parent, as your child grows, you realize you're not their only influence. The neighborhood plays a part. The economics play a part. School plays a part. Friends play a part, you know? So even though in one, I think, way of looking at this, you might see yourself as like, man, like, how do I get out of this? How do I challenge this? How do I change this? There's absolutely no way. But there is. You would just have to first stop focusing on the ways that you are challenged and kind of first make peace in your mind. Get your mind to a place that it's aligned with it is what it is, or the good and the bad, or, you know, that's happening over on B Street. I'm just going to stay here on A Street. Things like that. Whatever helps your mind kind of align with peace and your circumstances or your surroundings at the same time. Then we can move a little forward intuitively. Then you can step into that foresight, because the foresight is showing you what you need to see. But if you're in a frequency of anger or frustration or disappointment, then the only thing you're going to see is hardship, you know, hard times, heavy burdens. Whereas though, if you're on a frequency of where you're understanding a little more pure with your understanding, you'll see those hardships and hard times, but instead of you sinking into them, you'll look at them and say, man, I'm going to knock that out the box. That pain becomes the power, you know? Kind of like with the Karate Kid. You know, he felt like he was doing all this work, and at the same time, he was gaining skill. So you'll instead look at the trials and tribulations. Instead of seeing punishment, you'll see areas where there was character development and things like that. That helps you kind of align with yourself and choose better. And it'll give you some, I guess, passion towards your desires, towards your goals, towards your aspirations and your dreams, you know, without compromising your integrity or feeling like you have to belittle or think little of, to have kind of like your own, I guess, personal heaven on earth, you know, just a little piece, your little piece of heaven right here on earth. Okay. All right. I like that the Queen of Water is coming in behind that, because Gemini, my heart is very, it's not cold, but man, it ain't all that moist. I tell you that. For the Queen of Cups, there ain't a whole lot of water here right now, you know? So, I think this is to help you kind of reconnect with healthy emotions, not just like regular self-love, but the emotion itself of love. I also have to, I'm mentally exhausted in your energy. I'm tired of thinking. You might feel like you don't know how to turn it off. And if that's the case, then it's time to do something that doesn't require thinking. Something childlike. Have some fun. Go bowling, or, you know, do something fun. Get some ice cream. Something childlike. Make a gingerbread house. Color. Little things like that. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. The whole point is to separate you from the need to figure everything out all the time, you know? Can I have Gemini's core? Please and thank you. That's a lot in your core, baby. All right, we have the Five of Cups, which is reflection. We have the Six of Coins. So your foundation is good. Four of Wands, you're pretty balanced, but this is, it's requiring a lot of work here with this Three of Pentacles. You know, I think that right now in your core, overall, you're still in authority. You know, the King of Swords is here at the bottom. You don't have a problem with like recognizing what's true and false. Your issue is, how am I happy knowing what's true? You know, kind of like, who was I explaining that? I think Libra. It's like when you're at the age where you're still young enough to enjoy Christmas, but old enough to know that there's no Santa. It's like that in-between stage, you know, of life that I think you've kind of figured something out, and you're trying to work it out to the best of your ability. But I think that you're overdoing it. You know, I do. I think, oh, it reminds me of like a young man, you know, when his voice starts to change and, you know, he got to be cool. You know what I'm saying? That he thinks it's embarrassing, you know, just to laugh and have fun, because it's like, you know, I'm too old for that now. You know, my name isn't Boo Boo anymore. It's Rick. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I think, you're getting a piece of that, Gemini. It's like you're in a good space, but you just don't know, like you're missing fun in this space or in the fun of this space. because it's a transitional space. And it should still be fun because you are free, you are knowledgeable, and overall in a good space. But it's like, man, what do I do with this? What do I do with this feeling? What do I do with this information? Crown this energy, please, for Gemini. And what crowned you is the Nine of Wands coming in reverse, as you can see. I'm sorry, the Six of Wands coming in reverse. What crowned you is to help you pull down from it. And basically, pull down from this is that stop looking for like some type of, I don't know, acknowledgement or victory or final ceremonial kind of feeling like you know, you did this, Gemini, and you figured it out, and you whatever the case is. That's what this represents. You know, the Six of Wands is victory. It's kind of like after the battle or after the playoffs, you know, there's the Super Bowl, and after the Super Bowl there's a parade. This is the parade. You don't need that, Gemini. Number one, you're still playing the game, okay? Number two, right now, because this is about you personally, your personal character development, as well as your personal evolution, it's not even about everybody right now. So the fact that they don't get you, understand you, or you're looking at other people like they crazy, that's actually normal for where you are. But the thing about it is you have to be your inner peace, your inner balance, and hold on to it while your intuition and your foresight is showing you a lot of stuff. Maybe you're picking up on world events with justice, but these scales been messing with everybody. I'm trying to tell you, it's not even funny at this point. Like you're trying to balance knowledge and life. The knowledge of life and life itself, or the spiritual knowledge against the carnal. You know, it's like you're trying to balance it, but it's hard to do. It's not easy. It's not. See the conflict? There's an inner conflict between the two because some things don't make sense. There's that, but that's what you're working on. You're working on how it makes sense for everybody, you know? And it's a work in progress, Gemini, as you evolve and as you're growing in your relationship with the Most High. So don't rush it. Even though I'm saying, I'm not trying not to, how can I say that? I'm not discounting your discomfort, or I'm not discounting your placement. What I'm saying is that sometimes a little at a time is what you get because that's all you can balance at a time. Kind of like a juggler. A juggler doesn't pick up 10 balls at a time. The juggler adds one and then adds one and keeps going and gets a rhythm with that one. Adds another one, get the rhythm with that one. You understand what I'm saying? What's in the way? What's work? Oh, hello. What works against you? Seven of Wands in reverse and the Sun upright. Okay. This and this have a very similar energy. It's coming in for you. Don't focus on you're not happy, you can't see, you know, it's coming, okay? I think first you're going to have to release a little bit, but it is coming. Seven of Wands in reverse, you know, is kind of hyper-focusing on... I guess this could be a person that's saying, I don't care, or, you know, let the chips fall where they may, or something like that. That's not how you feel. That's not true to your heart. It might come out your mouth every now and again, but that's not true to your heart because you care. You know, that's why you're looking back and you want to save, or you want to understand, you want to process. You're looking back here on that Five of Cups because you care. You know, does that mean that you may hyper-focus on that a little bit in an unhealthy way? Maybe, you know, but again, that's a natural human experience, and that's okay. And that's okay. Overall, what we don't want to do is hyper-focus on right now these things, because it honestly, it kind of makes you remember I said earlier, like my heart has like very little water. I think it makes you cold, or it kind of makes you purposefully separate yourself emotionally from things that you should have emotional feelings for. You know, some of you, this is a nasty custody battle. I'm sorry, that's a side note. That's not for all of you. I've been trying to keep it general, but I just want to mention that I'm picking you up as well. It's a nasty custody battle, possibly a earth sign that's trying to negotiate unfair terms, you know. And what you see as a victory in that situation might not be the best for the child. Or what they see is just not the best for the child. It's no matter how, it's like, worrying about a child's happiness is not always the best for the child. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm speaking from as a mother. Okay, you have to consider safety. You have to consider economics. You have to consider culture. You have to consider schools, you know, things like that. Their happiness alone, no. Okay, if you focus only on happiness, no, that doesn't mean that's the best. Nope. Get them where they need to be in life. That's going to be more conducive to their development. And for if they want to, if you worried about their happiness, get them a puppy. Okay, it don't matter to me. Get them a fish. They'd be happy with that. But happiness can't be the only thing. Now back to everybody else. But yeah, I was talking about the coldness, or the lack of emotional kind of involvement in how you see life, which affects your discernment, which affects your fire, your passion, your focus, you know, because you, instead of you like maybe focused on the overall good, it's more so I'm out here on my own. It's like you put yourself on that chopping block of solitude and say, you know, here I go again, out here on a limb, you know. Where is this coming from for Gemini? The Hermit, Virgo. Hermit's energy is wise, but the Hermit ain't all that smart. The Hermit wasn't born smart. I'm going to say it like that. The Hermit has just been through enough trials and tribulations, ups and downs, ins and outs, scrapes and scratches to now have the wisdom to apply the knowledge that the Hermit has picked up along the way. You know, it's not all about books, reading and all that kind of, no. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. It's not about what you know. It's about what you do with what you know. You, Gemini, I think, have been trying to be wise, make wise decisions, take wise steps, really proactive in kind of staying in a healthy mindset with this Hermit energy of the past. That's how I think you got here. I just think you figured because you did it the right way, you would have a different result, or the process would feel different or come out different. And it didn't. But that's not going to change the destination or the goal. It's just basically letting you know that sometimes the journey or the in-between itself from point A to point B is a little more than we anticipated. You know what I'm saying? Where are we going with this? Death energy, Scorpio, coming in. We're going to put an end to it. It's coming to a close. There is a transformation happening. You're in it now. This is when the transformation is starting to complete, making room for the rebirth. Rebirth energy, child energy, reconnecting, going back to whimsical, pure, innocent. When the babies are running on the floor and they don't care if they got a daggone pamper on, that thing is too big and in the way anyway, you know? They don't care about who wants a sock. What's a sock anyway? Are you kidding me? It's in the way. It's making the floor slippery. I get a good grip with my feet. You know, that's a childlike, whimsical energy. That's fun. That's passion. When you don't care about things that everybody else cares about. You're getting back to the meat and potatoes of your connection, you know? And Gemini, you're going to have to connect with this because it's going to cover you. It's going to protect you. It's going to comfort you. During a time that it seems like something else is happening in your life, and that part is not in your control. So the only thing that you're going to be able to do is control what you have control over. There you go right there, Lovers. Okay? It is going to be your responsibility to keep yourself in a healthy environment. All right? Like I said, I don't think you have a problem with the connection you have with the Most High, with the fact that you are divine and holy, you know, that you bring forth divine and holy, that you have the ability to embody the queens and activate that fertility energy, bringing forth, you know, life changes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, emotional balance is important. Okay? Forward movement, emotional balance, even while you're learning something new. Okay, that's the key. Let's just say we've all been raised like practice makes perfect, right? So we practice, then we get perfect, and then we get comfortable, and now we can do things without even realizing it. You know, like, I don't know, it was a time when you had to look at everything and, I don't know, look at the gear when you were driving, or you would look down at the pedals when you would ride a bike. Now you can just go ahead, get in the car and drive, or get on the bike and go. You know what I mean? You don't have to see it anymore. That's the thing. You have a comfort of knowing because you've mastered a skill. You've mastered you. Life is continuously learning, though. That's the thing. Getting yourself to a point where you're emotionally solid while you're learning, you hold on to your independent fulfillment, but still handle things like a cross in the road, or a fork in the road, or a tough decision as if you're trying something new from a space of comfort, not from a space of fear or frustration or anxiety. You know, you want to call judgment on this because clarity has never been your issue. That's where you live. You live. This is your space. I'm trying to tell you. Libra and Aquarius don't like it, but I always said y'all are the most logical. This is where you live. You have that divine air, that logical thinking, clear cut. You know how to separate everything from logic and really kind of give that logic, be your foundation. So this is where you live. But when you overdo it, it betrays you. And it makes you feel like overwhelmed. Not betrays you like stabs you in your back, but betrays you, make you feel like, oh my God, I'm so like bogged down with so many hypotheses, so many what ifs, so many burdens of this, that, and the third, when those are the spaces where you want to activate passion, focus, confidence, desire, with a loving heart, with an open heart. And I'm not saying for you to be kind to everyone and feed everybody and let everybody run over you. No, I'm saying that what you give to us, to the world itself, is truth. Logical facts, straightforward, no chaser. Even when they hurt, you'll give it to us anyway. That's a gift of Gemini. You help us become whole. That's why you represent the choice of lovers. That's the alignment of self, of people, of destiny, of our assignment here. That's what you give us. So when you struggle with that in your own personal life, we all struggling. You got to get back to passion. And it's like your passion has been tainted. You know, your desire has just been, it's like somebody went to your fire and said, poof, put some water on it. And now it's just that smoke. Like, I remember it used to be there. I know I had this passion, but the enemy is playing with that with you, either in your confidence, making you, or even giving you a little too much ego, something like that. And it's affecting this wheel. Whereas though you would normally get circumstances, you know how to overcome them, you move on. You might piss about it, but you move on. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like it's like you're caught up in the wheel of not darkness, but more like destitute, desolate. Like I'm without, and that, see how the heavy burdens, the 10 of Wands. It's like the only thing you can focus on is the problem, this problem, that problem, and that's a problem. And if I even if I did it that way, that would still be a problem. So because I got to deal with this, and then on top of that, I got this, and then I got to pay that. Then I'm supposed to be there by 2 o'clock. Like it's what? So the Most High, I believe for you, Gemini, is coming in with some type of reconnection energy. Here, this deck, the Child came. Here, we have Death, which is your transformation. Still Child energy. But I think you're getting a reminder of that your relationship is personal. That your assignment is singular. It might be part of a symphony, but your part is your own. That you matter, that you're noticed, that you're protected, that you're seen, that you're heard, you know? That's what star energy does. It separates, but then lifts up. You know, it's being on stage with the Most High in the front row, and the spotlight is on you, and the Most High says, go ahead, baby, let me see you do your thing. Because it's personal. It's being a child when your parents say, you know, sing that song and do your dance, and you're so proud to do it. It's just that connection to that part of you that I think you've been struggling with trying to find again, because you've come into some knowledge or realization that it seemed like it crushed it. You know? When you get this, you'll be able to feel strong again, independently. You'll be able to feel whole again and fulfilled. Still intuitive, but trusting in the unknown. 9 of Pentacles, you lean in to divine timing. It turns into not God when, but God ready. I'm ready when you are, you know? It's no more rushing, no more when, why, how, who, and all that. Nope. In the meantime, I look good, I feel good, I smell good. I'm ready whenever you are. You know, in the meantime, I know I'm good. That's 9 of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy. So that this mindset of being stuck and trapped and overwhelmed like a mental prison, that can be buried and put to rest so that you can feel the benefits of simple life and a flower or a beautiful sunrise or a cute animal, little things that still are a part of creation that I think that your logic has kind of, again, separated you from. You know? All right. Gemini, I hope this helps. Let me say this. even if you love somebody, if their outlook right now in their personal life is pessimistic, they're not good company. Okay? I'm not saying that they haven't given you benefit at other times of your life, or they're not a benefit in other areas of your life. But I'm saying right now, no. They're not good company. You need to quickly get to some water. The rumbling waters of the spirit. Somebody that's very emotional. You want to connect with somebody that's raw in, living life. These people get on your nerves 9 times out of 10. You stay away from them normally because they start to annoy you. But this is what you need right now. You need somebody that actually looks at a flower and says, oh my God, do you think that's a boy or a girl? Because you would listen, you would be, what the hell, like, who comes up with that? Like, what do you care? What is supposed to happen? Like, Gemini, it's not funny. I'm sorry. That's how y'all are. I'm sorry. Oh, God, forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be serious, Gemini, because I know y'all feeling the pain, but I'm just saying, people like that get on your nerves. They do. But just that moment right there, this little laugh right now, that's what you need. You need to do something that is a complete waste of time, or be with somebody that you feel like is a complete waste of brain cells for like a day or hour or something. Just have a moment so that you can get some peace. Like, the world is out there, but you need some rest from your own mind. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Oh, that put tears in my eyes. Oh, Gemini, I hope this helps. I really do. If any event you say, Green Eyes, listen, I don't know you, you don't know me, and that was just stupid. I understand. It's okay. Okay? Check your moon, check your rising. Don't take this energy if it's not yours. Leave it here for someone else. All right? Thumbs up, subscribe. Make sure you're notified of future readings. It's free, and it does support the channel. If you're interested in a personal appointment, I respond to email request only. My email is perfectlyimperfecttarot@gmail.com. If you're being contacted about WhatsApp, that's not me. Make sure you check the email address. Make sure it's correct, all right? If you do like what you get here, if it helps you, feeds you, even if you're simply entertained, but you come looking for these videos, please sow where you come to eat. I eat off of what you sow, okay? A cup of coffee. Donation information is below the video. There's links for Cashapp and PayPal for your convenience. I thank you in advance. Other than that, remember, we are all perfectly imperfect. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.